Nice to meet you, Mbasiti.
Thank you. Pleasure all
Yeah,
mine.
it's a great pleasure to have you.
Thank you.
And
Same
of
here.
course, you do gorgeous. I love
Thank you.
your
So
outfit.
do you. I
Yeah.
like the combo.
All right. Thank you. All right. So, can I just probably have a quick introduction of yourself?
My name is Mbasiti Jesse.
Okay.
I am called the Pathfinder. I'm a purpose coach. I'll tell you why I'm called the Pathfinder, but first of all, I'm a purpose coach.
Okay.
I'm a psychologist. But my main passion and focus is in helping people discover their path through life. So that's why I am called the Pathfinder.
Wow.
Yes, because I believe everybody has got something they're meant to be doing in life. And so what I believe I've been gifted to do is to help you find that thing that you are meant to, supposed to do. Okay, this is an introduction. Let me not preach. So I'm a purpose coach, a psychologist. I'm an actor or an actress, like we like to say. I am a wife. I'm a mother of 3 kids.
Wow.
Yes, I am. What else?
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much. Yes.
Wow, that's so much in one person. But I
Thank
guess you've been able to put everything through, and
I
it's
try.
amazing. Yeah.
Thank you.
It's okay. Yes. Of course, I'm aware that you have about 10 years experience as an
Over.
actress.
Yeah. And in the
Over.
media as well.
And in the
Yes.
media.
Yes.
So how have you been able to, cope? Balancing everything all together, being
In all of it.
a coach, a psychologist,
In
an
this and in
actress, a
that.
mother, a wife. This.
Okay, so how have I been able to do it? When I get asked this question, one thing I say is if you're passionate, you would make room. Sometimes it's not, I don't think there's any term, like there would be guides, but you just live in it without
Yeah,
totally understanding how you do it, if you get what I
Yeah,
mean.
I get.
So it's always been, so first off, yes, I was an on-air personality, because I don't do radio anymore, but I was on radio for over 8 years. Then moved over to TV. That's been a TV host, a news anchor and TV. TV has always been the passion for me.
Okay.
Presently, I do not exactly, I freelance, but I run my own show called, or my own TV called the Pathfinder TV on YouTube. Yes, so I have an academy, and then I have that as well, where I do a couple of shows, then all of that. So one thing I know that has worked for me is I have a support system. First, I have a spouse that is very supportive. Then I also have family who support me. Like,
Well, yeah.
example,
yeah.
I have a support system here.
Absolutely.
My niece and assistant. So I've had people who just have a way of filling in for me, especially, for example, when it has to do with the kids.
Yeah.
You can't overemphasize the need for support. It's important that you also do not reject support, because I think we just have a thing of wanting to seem like we're so strong.
Yeah.
We can do it.
Yeah.
Superwoman, yeah, but superwoman with some help, right?
Absolutely, yes.
So, yeah, so that's it. Aside the fact that, of course, like I said at the beginning, when you're passionate, you keep growing. A number of people are multi-potentialites.
Yeah.
That's multi-passionate, multi-talented. I fall in that category.
Oh, wow.
And I take it every season per time, every day at a time.
Yeah.
And it just keeps building up. So when I started, for example, the Pathfinder became a brand, or the Pathfinder, of course, I have my degree in psychology, but the Pathfinder became a thing like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So before then, of course, I have people, I say I have accepted that I have been gifted with the gift of counsel, which is pretty much being a counselor.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but it became official. So I've always had people reaching out to say, oh, I need to talk to you, I need to speak to you. I've always counseled people.
Yeah.
But it didn't become a brand until 2022, I think it was, when I started putting it together.
2 years?
2 years ago, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's built up. It's built from one thing to another.
Oh, wow.
So first singing, actor, TV host, radio, then it just grew. Everything was just, it just built up. And yeah, I've been able to build with it. I hope that even answers your question.
Yeah, that actually answers the question, but I'm going to draw us a little bit back.
It's fine.
Of course, I think there's a beginning before you got here.
Right.
Right? And so my question would be, what actually drew you to television and acting?
Passion.
Yeah, I think you mentioned that earlier.
So it's also my gospel, right? It's what I preach. I preach purpose. And I believe that passion is a major pointer to how the divine guides us to finding our purpose.
Okay.
So I've always been passionate about TV. And purpose is a journey, so it's a build up, right?
Yeah.
So first it was when I was much younger, when I was in secondary
I was expecting
school.
to hear that.
Yes.
I wanted to know how it all started from.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember when I was somewhere around 12, I remember telling my dad, my mom actually, my parents, that I wanted to be an actor. I wanted to be an actress, yes. I'd always watch and I just knew, this seems like something. Yeah, it sounds like something I can do. All this standing in front of the mirror and trying to pull up tears and trying to follow act.
Oh, really? You do that?
Yes. I remember doing all of that. But I didn't even act until I was done with service. This was 2000 and... somewhere around 2008 or 9. Yeah, I'm no Gen Z. So, yes, that was end of service year. That was when I did my first movie.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's built up. But before I even did my first film, I'd always been a singer. So I sing, yes.
So can you give us a bit of...
What do you want me to sing? You know when you say sing, all the songs disappear. So what should I sing?
Okay.
I have a song.
Okay. I was going to give you a song, but...
What's the beginning of the song now? I will sing of the goodness of God.
Okay.
What's the beginning of that song?
I see you sing. Okay.
Oh, thank you. I love you, Lord, for your mercy never fails me. All my days I've been held in your hands. Is that okay? More?
Yeah, like we should hold it right there.
Okay.
I think we're going to start the service right here.
So singing is just something I love to do. It's not something I do professionally.
Yeah, but...
I've just always been a choir girl.
Oh.
So just relating it to where it comes from.
Yeah, it's all connected.
It's
all connected, yes.
So choir for most of my life.
Wow.
I still kind of indulge here and there now, but I don't do music. I'm not really like in the choir anymore.
Oh, okay.
It's point in life, yes.
Yeah, probably maybe so much to add up.
Yeah. So what I believe is life is in seasons, especially for people who are multi-talented or multi-gifted. It's important that you're paying attention to the seasons of your giftings. They have seasons. So they'll just, and your leading is from your core, it's from within. So there are times when you just know, oh, this is a season where I want to focus on being an actor. It's almost like your passion prompted, like your passion has priorities, like a priority list. Yeah. And with every season, that list reshuffles and it changes.
Yeah, I think just to relate to what you just mentioned, because I was just thinking earlier today, and I was like, it seems like there are some certain things you do that you probably used to do them, then getting to a particular stage, those things probably sort of stress you out.
Yes.
Okay, like for instance, maybe there are some jobs you take.
Yes.
But then at a point in time, you just feel these jobs keep coming, but then they stress you out. And so you just feel like, I don't need to do this anymore, right?
Yeah.
So I think I can actually relate to what you just said.
Yes, because I should be in the choir in my church, for example. Like everybody's like, come and sing. You're gifted, you can, bless the souls of men. But from within, I'm grateful for the acknowledgement and everything, but I just know that this is not the season for me. I'll be a truant.
Absolutely.
I won't be present.
Absolutely.
Because there are other things pulling on me. That'll make me seem irresponsible. There's no need.
Wow. Okay, that's amazing. So let's move straight ahead. So you mentioned about the Pathfinder Academy earlier. And, it would be of great interest for me to know if you can share more about the Pathfinder Academy and how it came about. Of course, you mentioned purpose and all of that. So, but let's get to know more about the Pathfinder Academy.
So about the Pathfinder Academy, to be honest, I feel like I just established that like this year, ending of last year, this year. So the Pathfinder TV started before the Academy.
Okay.
The TV, of course, is the one on YouTube where I get to interview people. I've got a couple of shows. I just started a new one again called The Balance. Before now, I overcame but that's not the focus. So let me focus on the academy. So for the academy, it's a school, still in the works.
Yeah.
But what I do so far is coaching, pretty much.
Yeah.
So of course I have a community where every now and then I'm dropping tips and nuggets on guidance.
Yeah.
I have people asking questions here and there,
Yeah.
and every now and then I'm able to answer them.
Okay.
But then there is the paid coaching, where I take people individually through a course or a program for 4 weeks, nothing less than 4 weeks, where all I'm doing is guide you.
Yeah.
So initially it is, I have questions for you like, what's your ultimate goal? What's your passion? So we know that, because most times we can be building something we consider concrete, or building on a faulty foundation.
Absolutely.
Because I totally believe if you're not doing what you've been called to do, you'll tell. You'll struggle.
Yeah. So much struggle.
You'll struggle.
Yeah.
So we go back. So you have people, for example, like bankers who reach out, who are, when it comes to money, because money doesn't determine your purpose.
Absolutely.
Money, in fact, doesn't determine your peace and happiness.
Absolutely.
Your purpose does, fulfillment does, right?
Yeah.
So that's part of what I do. So when you come, I've got the group coaching in the academy, and then I have the individual one-on-one coaching in the academy. But majorly, what it is about so far is guiding you on discovering your own path that has been carved and set out for you. Yeah.
Oh.
And helping you see through to see that you begin to take actionable steps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yes. Well, that will lead me straight, because I think what you just mentioned actually has covered both for the Pathfinder TV and also the academy.
Has it?
Yeah, you mentioned,
If you say so.
like, it's goals and all in one, right? So, but then the Pathfinder TV, yes, I would still probably ask, yes, it offers counseling and clarity, sessions. So what kind of impact have you, seen from these sessions that you've actually been engaging?
Okay. So the Pathfinder Academy is in charge of the clarity sessions and also the counseling, because that's where you have the one-on-one and the group coaching. That's where you get clarity, as it says, right? The Pathfinder TV is where I have my shows, which also help with guidance through life. So, for example, I have a show called I Overcame, and it was birthed from a place where I realized, from my own journey, by the way, that people do better, or people get hope and are able to get out of tough situations or dark places when, one, they realize that other people have been there too. So if you're struggling with something, it's easy for you to keep it as a secret until you hear someone else mention it.
Yeah.
And it has a way of giving you some sense of relief to know, just knowing that I'm not alone.
Yeah.
Someone else is going through this.
Yeah.
Has a way of just making you feel better.
Absolutely.
The second part for me is when you see that other people have been able to overcome what you're presently dealing with, then you're able to have hope that, this is a phase.
Yeah.
It will pass.
Yeah.
If that person could do it and deal with that, then I can too.
Then I could,
So that was where I Overcame, was born from. And so, of course, on YouTube, I have interviews with the likes of Stella Damascus, Daniel Etimefionn, a couple of other people, losing a child, getting married late. Lady Greatness, God rest her soul, canceled her wedding 7 days before the event. So I'm very big on asking the why question, why people make certain decisions, why people...
Yeah.
I just like to make people's life better and the journey easier, because I have my own struggles too.
Absolutely.
I've had my own struggles too.
Absolutely.
The Pathfinder started from me having to deal with postpartum depression and anxiety when I had my third daughter. So like I said, I have 3 kids.
Yeah.
My first is 10, second is 7 plus.
I was coming there.
Beleo, sorry, I'm going ahead. I'm a media girl, so sometimes you don't have to ask the questions. So when I had my third daughter, my third child, which is my first daughter, she's going to be 3 next month, I experienced what's known as postpartum depression, and it comes with anxiety.
Yeah.
And so being able to go through that journey and just heal just led me. Life leads you. Your dark seasons, they all lead you to where you desire to be, actually. We don't like the pain, but It's part of the journey.
You don't like the process.
We don't like it. Well,
Yeah,
we don't.
But we don't like it.
Well, we desire the end result. So.
Yes. Actually.
So anyway, that's what the Pathfinder TV is about. So I have another show coming up, which is called The Balance.
Yeah.
The Balance is an opinion show where, again, the why question. So we talk about different issues, deep, controversial issues. Does parenting affect your mental health? Bill splitting in marriage. They might seem regular, but I get people, it's a podcast as well, who come and we talk about with the aim to bring some balance, ask the why question. Is life from our different perspectives?
Yeah.
We're able to see how people see life. And that's it. At the end, you're able to learn and garner some understanding with other people's journeys and learn how to also deal with your own issues, just in case you're learning from others. So, whew, let me breathe. Yes, that is it.
Please breathe.
That's it.
Okay, yeah. So, as an actor,
yes,
you've actually participated in numerous productions.
Yeah.
And of course, I think you acted in Amina on Netflix. Mm-hmm. And you seem to me like the main character.
No, I wasn't.
How about you? Somewhat look like.
I was there.
Yeah,
no,
you,
and I was
sort of
a known
like
character. I had a personality to my character. Nothing like this, but I was a warrior. Somebody.
So
I was the leader of there was an Igala kingdom, and I was the leader of the Igala warriors.
Because I recognize this face.
Yes, even though that face, man. That face was a mean face with a mohawk. Everywhere, just in case you're going to watch, everywhere you see the mohawk, that's me. Right, so yes.
Okay, yeah, and also the Rishantis?
Yes.
And African Magic?
I was on the Rishantis.
So which role has been the most challenging for you?
So let me see, what have I done recently? So recently, this is not out. There's a movie called The Specialist. Wait for that. I shot that a few months ago.
Okay.
And it's
Can't wait. We can't wait.
Yeah, the genre is action, so I have to do the gun and everything. However, I will still point to Amina.
Okay.
Amina was shot for nothing less than, or I would say nothing less than 3 months, so somewhere around 4 months. And this was as far back as 2015. I think we shot Amina in 2015. Yes, it's not new. Yeah, it took like 7 years for it to eventually come.
So strong.
And we trained for like a month. So I learned how to horse ride, gallop like a horse ride, and sword fights. And we did that for 1 month, yes. That's the challenging part and the beautiful part of acting, because you get to act to the skills that you have.
Yeah.
So as an actor, you've got to be adventurous. You've got to just be ready to go with the flow. You've got to be someone who likes to learn, who likes to explore. You know, it becomes easier. So I can't forget that. Horse riding, sword fighting, all of them have had their different challenges. I mean, for the others, there were dramas. So of course, they're pulling on your emotions. For Carrier is a Hausa series, because I speak Hausa fluently. So I was the lead on that, and shoot was intense because of the space of time, and it was topsy-turvy. It was highs and lows of emotions. You're crying this minute, you're angry that minute. So every film comes with its own challenge. But again, like I said, Amina stands out for me because it was intense. So intense rehearsal, training, horse riding, sword fighting, all of that, all the work. So yeah.
Well, so that I haven't said most of these things. Of course, I know it can be demanding, you know, being an actor and also being a wife. Like I said, so how do you balance up, you know, with the kids, and of course, speaking of when you acted Amina, I can imagine how much you were far away from the family.
Yeah.
So have you been able to balance up, you know?
So again, it goes back to having a good support system. And I'll begin with my husband. Mentioning Amina, when I was shooting Amina, I had my son. I only had one child at the time who was like 1 year and 6 months, or a little over a year. And at the time, honestly, my husband watched him. My husband would drop me off on set sometimes.
Wow.
Or drop me off where I'll meet the team, and they'll take 6 a.m. in the morning. Yes, and then he would, because then he wasn't so busy. Now he is, but then he wasn't. I was the busy one at
At
that
that
time.
time.
And so he watched it. Or if he wasn't there or he needed to travel, I had cousins, I had family. I've just always been blessed to have a good human support system. I give it to that.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. So, you've received multiple nominations and
Nominations.
awards.
Award.
Yeah.
Yes. More to come.
More to come. Cheers to that.
Yes.
So, which accolade means the most to you?
So, I've received nominations as an on-air personality. I received multiple nominations for that. I used to work in Jos, actually, so
Okay.
it was on the Plateau State. By now I've forgotten the organization, but yeah. And I would say that even nominations matter to me.
Absolutely.
You know, it means that you're doing something right.
Yeah.
And that was multiple. That was like consecutively for like 3 years until I relocated, because I used to be in Jos until I moved here. So, and there were others, but from Adamawa, I received an award from STARE 360, and it was for being a force in film and media. This was last year, and that matters too. I mean, it is that you're being recognized. I should be receiving one by the end of the month.
Yay.
In Zimbabwe.
Wow.
Yes, so that's 50 under 40, Africa Investment Leaders Forum. That's what it's called. So, yeah, it just keeps building up. That's my affirmation.
And
More will come
more
from
would
on the
come.
grounds of impact.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. Oh, that's so much. Yeah. So, yeah, your dedication to helping others, with Pathfinder TV, Pathfinder Academy. So, can you share your success story, just from your coaching sessions?
Okay.
And of course, the ones that really stands out
Stand
to
out
you.
for me.
Yeah.
So, let me just share one. Last year, in September, I had a group coaching program. I call it Discover You. So I had the group Discover You coaching program. And one of my clients, in 4 weeks, got to launch her book that she, I think, had kept for, say, 2 years. So at the beginning, I ask you questions about your ultimate goal, your yearly goal. It's where do you want to get to? What we do with the program is we create a roadmap to get there. And she was very grateful until today. Like, she's taken flight. At a point, she was an encouragement for me because of how she soared. Her name is Kempia Diabam. And I call her Auntie Kempia, so she's not my mate. Yes, but she was humble enough to be able to just submit to learning. And she soared. When we finished in 4 weeks, first of all, it was exciting from her from the get-go, because she's like, Mbasiti, thank you. I had written my goals at the beginning of the year. This is September. I've not been able to do anything. I've just focused on taking care of other people. But you have awoken something. Now I have remembered, because I literally make everybody write their goals again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she's like, thank you. And then she says, my book, I'm working on my book. And she got, like I said, she got done with that book. But we finished the program in the first week of October. She launched on the 8th. I think my birthday is on the 8th. I think she launched on the 8th of October. Her book that she had not touched before the program had started. Her and her husband started their marriage seminar right afterwards. Yes, and it's been from one thing to another. I have a lot of testimonies, but again, like I said, I will share that one. It stood out for me. The results she's gotten even into this year. She literally got her son to sign up with me for the program I did in January. She's like, I need him to get aligned. And it's all because it worked for her.
Yeah.
So that's a huge blessing for me. And many, many others. Another person, this one is like my brother, signed up for it, did a program he had been trying to put together. I think what I just make people do is get it done.
Start.
Yes, get it done. So put in some structure, some strategy, but even more, take action. So at the end of the day, you're taking action. You're seeing the dream come alive. You're seeing yourself move forward. You're seeing your life take flight. And that's the beauty for me.
That's a beauty.
Yes.
So, as a role model for women worldwide, what would be your advice for those who are really probably struggling to find purpose or self-fulfillment? So, what would be your advice to such women?
It is possible, first of all. It is never too late to self-discover, especially if I'm speaking to women who are married and have kids, because I understand the pressure that comes with that, the responsibility, and sometimes it just feels like this is what your life is about. But there is always a way. Like, again, I would say, you were made for something. I say that the world is a system. We all are like bolts, connections, wires. We all have a part to play in ensuring that the system functions. It's like having a good car. It's a good car because everything is connected. There's a system that makes it work. That's how life is. And the moment any of us, any bolt, there's anything that is disconnected, you can tell. You can feel it. And I say, people don't work in their purpose. That's why we have all the ills and the evil and the problem in this world. Because there is a vacuum, and the vacuum will be filled. So first of all, understand that it's possible. Secondly, understand you have a role to play. There's a part that you can play. There's a part for you to play. It's important that you play it, and you can. Because this is not a school or a coaching school, I'll say, get a coach. Speak to me if you will. Speak to me if you will. You know, and get a coach, get some guidance. Because I understand that it can be tough. It's not anything I can do now, but I think what's most important for you to understand is it is possible. You can dream, you can have peace. A major quote for me is, I lead you to your peace, your prosperity, and your fulfillment, which is your purpose. That's what purpose covers it all. When you self-discover your peace, fulfillment, and your prosperity, all the money you want in this life is hidden in your purpose because it is value you're bringing to the system. So when you self-discover, you get all that pertains to life and godliness is within your purpose, literally. Yeah. So find it. Find that purpose. Discover the purpose.
You find it.
Discover the purpose. And it is possible.
Yeah.
If I can do it with children and marriage, you can too. It's not beyond us. God helps.
Absolutely.
It's His will for you to prosper and to live in your purpose. So He'll ensure it's done.
Okay. So I consider this to be the last.
Amen. Amen.
Glory. All right. So what are your goals for the future? Both in your career, your work, and with the Pathfinder Academy.
Whoa. So I like to look up to a mentor. Not because you end up being the mentor. It's a guide. The mentor is a guide for you to get, or a role model, right? And you see Oprah Winfrey, that's it. I see that woman and I refer to something called like the kindred spirit. Another way I say it is we fell from the same tree from heaven. Like, you just know that people have a certain kind of spirit. And I see the things that she does. And I've always seen that I thread the path. We think alike. She's manifesting. She's fulfilled, I believe. Fulfilled by purpose, like living out her purpose. Of course, she has her struggles. I will know them. But when it comes to career, that's where I'm headed. Like I said, the Pathfinder grows. I'm walking my journey. I know I'm meant for greatness. I know I'm meant for the global scene. I'm taking my steps into getting there. And it's been a journey of all the years I've lived for, which is what's the word? Which is a good, reasonable numbers above 30 is all I want to say, you know. So I know that the future is great. That's all I can say. Build the Pathfinder TV. Build the Pathfinder TV and all the shows that I have there. And I know there will be more to come.
Yeah.
Again, purpose is a journey, so I might not be able to say everything, but I see what the future is like. And I know There's a future with the Pathfinder TV and the Pathfinder Academy. Coach other people into their own greatness while I become great myself. I hope that's a good summary.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So see you at the top because I'm going there. I'm going to be there.
Obviously, you are not small. You are not small.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for
we
having me.
We sincerely appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mayowa.
Yeah.
Oshe.